Hello, everyone. I'm Deanna Fontanez with the Pocono Television Network. We have the honor today of partnering with WFMZ. We're here at the 64th Annual Weatherly Hill Climb. I'm here with my co-host, Tom.
Just really excited to be here. I grew up not too far from here, Girardville, Schuylkill County. I'm a coal region boy, and this is my first time here in Weatherly at the Hill Climb. Real salt of the earth people. I feel like I'm right where I belong. This is right in my wheelhouse. So really looking forward to it. This is going to be a great rest of the day here for the Hill Climb.
We're excited. We're here on pit road, right in the action. We're going to talk to some drivers. So let's move over here to talk to our first driver, our friend Mike White, with this beautiful car. Mike, tell us about your car and about the race.
Okay, my car is an Austin Healey 1959 Sprite. And the race, this is actually one of the best events for hill climbing. It's a very technical course. The course is only about a mile long, but very technical and really, really a challenge for those who want to improve their driving.
So you have fun up there?
Oh, always have fun.
Mike, I just wanted to ask, we were just talking before. You're a competitor, former semi-pro football player here. Your son-in-law was a pro hockey player. Your competitiveness and competitive nature, how does that play into your racing skills?
I think that plays a big part of racing. I think anybody who participates in a competitive sport or event has to have that competitive nature to really get their game up to the upper level.
And you've been doing this since 2012, so tell us about that. How has your racing from then to now kind of evolved?
Sure. I started in 2012 racing a Formula V, did a lot of road racing. I'm from the Reading area, and therefore I got involved with the Reading Hill Climbs, both the Pagoda and Duryea, and started to do a little bit more hill climb racing. I also still do circuit racing or track racing down at Summit Point in Virginia with the VRG group, which is a vintage racing group. So it's just, it's fun. It's a way to, believe it or not, relax, but it also gives you a purpose, a focus to do. And it's not only the racing, it's the car prep, it's the race prep. There's a lot of other aspects that go into it. And great people and great friends.
Yeah, Mike, from Wyomissing area as well, right? So probably familiar to our viewers back home in Berks County. I'm sure you have some supporters back there. What do you want to say to your fans back in Berks County that are watching home right now?
Actually, Berks County, there's quite a few hill climbers that are from the Berks County area. So I just want to thank them for getting me interested in an event that's just, it's just a fun event. And these events are great because it's not only for us, but it's for the community. And the community benefits, and there's a lot of organizations that can benefit fundraising from these events. So it's just like almost a fair type of atmosphere. So it's just a great thing.
I was going to say, we've been walking around and just seeing all the families, all the kids just enjoying themselves. It's a great time.
Everybody seems to know everybody. There's a generational aspect to it. We were talking about one of the race car drivers, and she was saying, oh, my grandfather's up the hill with the car. And she got married here back in, 21, I think, here at the track. So like a family reunion aspect to this experience.
It's not just an event. It's something that brings people together, brings families together, and it just keeps going with generations.
Yes. It's just, you know, the hill climbing group is an extended family. It really is. So, you know, and we appreciate the support from all of the spectators, sponsors, and the people who put the events together. That's who everybody should take their hats off to.
And remember, if you're missing today, you can always come tomorrow.
Absolutely, tomorrow, and then, of course, getting ready for next year. I had a question, if we can go back to the sort of the competition aspect of things. Right now, we're in lunch break. We're getting ready for the next wave in the 1 o'clock hour. But, Mike, maybe you can take us through yourself and other drivers. What's going on mentally right now in terms of preparing yourself for the next effort up on the hill climb?
Well, I can't answer for everybody, but I know myself, what I do is I try to rerun the 2 runs we already had this morning, figure out where I could pick up some time, where I may have made mistakes in turning in or out of a turn. So you really mentally rerun, or as in my case, I actually have a camera so I can actually watch how I went up the hill my first 2 runs and pick out spots that you turned in too early, you turned out too late. So you can make this as analytical as possible, which unfortunately I am very analytical.
Something we're really seeing too a lot in sports just over the past couple of years. I mean, football, you see, the quarterback come off onto the sideline. He's got his iPad. I'm watching some of the NHL Stanley Cup Finals. They have their iPad. So similar there, right? Racers can review the race itself.
You kind of go back and go through your steps and just improve.
Yeah, you look for your mistakes. If everybody ran perfectly, it wouldn't be fun. It's really recognizing the mistakes, identifying them, and obviously correcting them.
So here's a question. Since it's our first time here, and maybe viewers at home, you've never heard or seen this, every time you go up, is it best time, average time? How do they figure out?
Every time we go up, there is a time. It is your best time for the entire weekend. So you can run very slow one day and then just have a run where you put everything together, and that's the time that you will get posted, okay?
So if you have a bad one, it's okay. It was like a practice.
I've had 2 this morning already, and
I heard you're the crazy hill coach.
With more.
Hello, everyone. As you can see, we got a little wet out here, but we're still having fun over here in Pit Road. We're here with Ray coaching. I heard you're the crazy hill climber. Is that correct?
That's true. That is true. That followed me from about 14 years ago. I thought it was cool to make an email that said that, and it's just stuck with me, unfortunately.
I like it. Are you crazy up on the hill as well?
Depends.
So tell us about the race today, and with these conditions, how are the roads?
Super slick now. Be a good time to go put on a show, but yeah, stay here, stay safe. Yes.
Hey, check it out. I just put my raincoat on, and I found $10 in my pocket. I mean, that's good luck, right? Especially if you haven't put the coat in a while. Anyway, I've heard from a lot of racers that past couple years, you're dealing with rain often, right? Used to this?
It happens. About 14 years of racing, probably 7 rainouts. It shows who's a driver, who's not. You gotta know how to drive in all conditions. So if you want to win, that's what you gotta do.
So you're someone that kind of puts this together every year. So tell us a little bit about the race and the experience.
Starting way back when I was a kid, I started hanging out down here, and I always wanted to do it. And then Joe Seibert and his crew was like, "You want to do it? You want to help put on the hill?" So I became a member of the Hill Climb Association, bought a car, and never left.
So you started as a spectator as a child, and now you're a racer. I love it.
And what's it mean to have your beautiful daughters here with you, supporting you through this whole experience?
It slowed me down, I could say that. Ever since they came along, I'm more conservative. I got to come home at night, so. But now they're racing, so mine's just put off to the side, and I do it.
I was going to say, you mentioned they were racing as well, so tell us a little bit about that and how you're giving them your passion.
So Layla here, 7, has 2 quarter midgets. She races at Pocono Raceway every Friday. This one here, she has a half year, and she's going to start quarter midgets. She races electric go-karts now. So they're just living Dad's passion.
Do you girls love racing?
Yes.
What's your favorite part? Having fun, yeah, I like it.
Yeah, and again, we're looking at some of these cars. You have a roof. Some of these guys don't have roofs, right? I mean, that's got to play into it a little bit.
And it'd be an open wheel too. I have no fenders, so it kind of makes things interesting, especially in wet. You got rooster tails, and it looks cool.
Anything that the race, is there something technical or skills that it takes, or it's kind of just every driver has their own?
I would have to say every driver has their own. It all depends how much you want to push your car and how much you know your car. That's a tough one. It's all on yourself.
It is really cool to see all the different types of cars. Like, this is my first time here, so seeing all the different types was, like, really cool.
It is. That's one thing with hill climbing. There is such a wide variety of cars, and you'll never know. Like, just walking around, you'll know who's fast and who's not because it's just the wide variety.
In terms, we were talking earlier about, okay, they're going to take your best time through the whole weekend. Have you surprised yourself and maybe gotten some decent times over the years in conditions like this?
Yes and no. Usually with this, when you have a slow run, it's like if you feel slow yourself, it's fast. But if you go over and you're like, oh man, that was fast, it's usually slow because I'm not sure how it works out, but you're like, that was nothing. You come down, you're like, oh my God, I went that fast. All right, I'll take it. It's just kind of how it goes.
Well, thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us, girls. Thanks for hanging out. We're going to toss it back to the desk, and we'll talk to you guys later.
All right, Deanna and Tom, thank you. Fontanez and Tom Rader, who've got some check-in from the pits.
Hello, guys. So we are here with our two rival racers, friends, yes?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so we have Justin, who was the Spring 24 winner, and Mark, who was the 24 Fall winner. So tell us a little bit about this race and how you guys feel about winning those two races.
It'd be great to win this weekend, but it'd be tough with the weather, but it'd be great to win.
So tell me a little bit.
I understand they're standing pretty close by here with a little bit more on the food that's being served today.
So there was so much talk about food, we had to try the food. So we're here with Susie and Tom from the Weatherly Area Community Library. So, Susie, tell me a little bit about the food and everyone behind us, the nonprofits, and what you brought for us over here.
Okay, well, the Hill Climb Association gives all the nonprofits in the area a chance to make some money to keep them going throughout the year, and we are most grateful for that. The Weatherly Area Community Library has been doing this for many years, and we have halupki, halushki, potato cakes, turkey barbecue.
I'll tell you, food is about family, folks. And as you're taking a look here, up in the Skook, we call these blind pigeons, okay? My Nana Caddy, God rest her soul, she would make a bunch of these. Me and my brother would go pick them up out of a big pot with a tomato sauce. You got your halushki, you got your bellinis. This is Lithuanian, Polish. It's the church picnics. And my mother always told me, son, carry a fork. Wherever you go, you never know where you're going to need it. Just talk about these recipes and what they mean to families around the region watching at home.
Well, from young, we were taught by our mom and our grandmother how to make all this good food, and we're continuing the tradition with our families.
So, Tom, you were telling me earlier you guys come twice a year, every year. How many years have you been doing this for?
Oh, gosh, I've been here probably 20, 25 years. I was a former county commissioner, but it's a great event. It's a premier event here in Carbon County. The nonprofits that are here all depend on this event. Weather can make or break you without a doubt. We were a little concerned about the rain, but God's definitely watching over us today and giving us a beautiful day.
Amen to that. So should we try some of this food?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Absolutely.
All right, let's see. What's this called?
Halushki.
Halushki. All right. Oh, my goodness. All right, let's see. Hold on. That excitement, I love the sound of the cars. So, Tom, tell us how this event, kind of what you love about it coming so many years.
Well, the Weatherly Hill Climb, I said many, many years ago, was in jeopardy of no longer taking place. Joe Seibert is the president of the Weatherly Hill Climb Association, has a great bunch of members that work with him. The event was in jeopardy of no longer taking place. They had to get some major sponsors. They're up on the big banner today. I don't want to slight anybody and not recognize them, but this is one of the premier events in Weatherly. We're very proud of it. Lifetime members of Weatherly, so we're just glad to support the event and all the different groups that are here today.
It's my first time, and I will definitely be back.
The blind pigeons are fantastic. Close to my Nana Caddies. I mean, don't get angry with me. But you were mentioning, too, just the library and how the money helping with the library, it's being renovated right now. And it also supplements with the high school. If you could talk about the Weatherly Library a little more.
Okay, we purchased the library from the Economic Development Corporation back in 2013. And each year we try and take a new project on. And we just actually finished another room with the help of the Pasco L. Shivel Foundation, which gave us a grant for $45,000 over a 3-year period. They're giving us $15,000 per year. So we just finished another room, and we have about 3 more to go. So
as you hear, the nonprofits need the money from the food to do all these amazing things. So if you can make it, come tomorrow. If not, remember there's always next year. But we're going to finish this food and we're going to toss it back to the desk.
All right, Deanna and Tom, sounds good. That looked delicious. So.
She has a good part. She's doing okay out there.
Yeah, right there.
She's my sister on television, but I try to tell her what halushki is, and she's like, what? So there she goes.
Okay,
so
yeah.
she had halushki today. That's good. So, Tom, you too. You got.
Big shout out to our EM.
Who are standing by with more.
Yes, Dan, of course, very good news. We're glad to hear that. And we were here. We saw that response. Just a big shout out to our EMTs, our emergency medical personnel, springing into action. We were speaking earlier with one of the racers, Mike, and Deanna. She's actually ridden in a race car at Pocono, been in some of that safety equipment, what we're talking about.
Yeah, I feel like definitely he was telling us, too, that they do inspections on the cars, and the safety is very important here. So I think that's crucial for races like this and what we just saw.
So, again, good news, what Dan just told us about that race. So let's talk to one of the drivers here who we spoke to a little earlier, but she's right here in line. Sarah, as you're seeing that happen, and again, good news, he's okay, but what goes through your mind for your fellow racers?
I think it really, the reason our foundation here is safety is really exactly for the accident that happened here. We thank you for our great equipment and our great tech inspectors that make sure everything is to par, so that way when inevitably things do happen, we see drivers walk away perfectly fine. So thank you to our tech inspectors, making sure we keep it safe out there.
From road conditions standpoint, does that make you think twice? Now, we don't know exactly the cause, of course, but road conditions, as you're about to head out, what's going through your mind?
Always driving for conditions is something that you have to take into consideration. How you take your corners, how fast you take your corners, and other factors. I'm sure the driver did everything in their mind that was possible at the time, and things do happen, but I'm so glad they're okay, and here's to the next race.
So here we are waiting now and just getting things to go start again here, Tiana. What are your thoughts?
Well, I'm glad the racer's okay. Like Sarah said, you can't predict what's going to happen out there. You can, in your mind, prepare, but you can't predict. So it's like you take every corner by chance, and I'm glad he's okay. And Sarah, good luck for your run. We're excited to see when it gets started again.
So there you have it. And again, the rain seems to have passed. This year the sun's out. Hopefully things will start to dry out. For now, we're going to send it back to Dan, Chris, and Tom.
All right, Tom and Deanna, thank you very much. Great news here with more.
Thank you. If you were watching earlier, you saw we had an unfortunate crash on the course, but the driver was okay, and here he is. We have Al Carrazza. So, Al, tell us what happened out there.
Well, I was going over the jump, which is, at the end of a turn, and I was clipping along pretty good, putting some steering into the right. Caught some air, and it just kind of snapped more to the right after it landed. The road is still a little bit wet, and usually I could gather it up and save it, but not this time. And spun around to the right, hit where the drainage is, and just ripped the front end off the car. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. It's the worst incident I ever had there in 21 years of racing, but perfectly fine, walked away,
I was going to say, you can replace the car, but you're here safe and sound, and we're happy about that.
Yeah, you sort of attributed mostly attributing it to the water, the road conditions there? What are you thinking?
Well, just maybe a little bit that, maybe a little bit the driver. Getting a little overzealous on the jump, trying to chase a time. But yeah, it's just, it snapped around on you just along for the ride, and I slid. And you just see what you're going to hit. It's even though it's only a split second, it's like in 30 seconds in your mind, and you just see what you're going to hit, and you see all this part smash. You're like, oh man, here we go. And but I really, the safety of these cars with the full roll cage, 6-point harnesses, helmet with Hans devices. My head didn't even move after the impact. I barely moved. I'm not even sore, no pain at all, and that's a testament to the safety of the Subaru. It could take a licking, and we might get it back together and get back here in the fall.
And just, Deanna and I were down here and saw the quickness of the first responders here on site, how quickly they got to you and what that meant to you.
Oh, yeah, I could hear them coming after the car was, just came to arrest. There's one of the first people I saw was Wayne Gettig. He's always up at the jump there. A bunch of people were there right away. I don't know if Wayne was the first guy there, but maybe he was the second. But they're asking if you're okay, stay still, and get out of the car. Because the first thing you want to do is get out of the car and just look, and they're like, stay still. Cause you have to treat everybody like they could be hurt. It's the safest way to do it. And no, the safety crew is great. They're right there. Go in the ambulance, get checked out. They don't leave anything to chance here. So I just apologize to the corner workers for making a mess up there they have to clean up now.
No, well, we're glad you're okay, though. So, safety is very important at this race. I've been noticing all day long with the inspections that they do on the cars, all the safety equipment, and like you were saying, everything that you have, your helmet, the Hans, that's all very important.
Yes, it is. That's why we can just the worst injury is embarrassment after something like that, so.
All right, and there you have it. We're really glad that you're okay, Al. Thank you for speaking to us right after that moment. So we'll send it back to the desk.
All right, Tom and Deanna, good stuff there, and good seeing Al there being okay, and some of the things there that he really mentioned, the safety of the cars and the response time of the first responders that are here, and Deanna, who are standing by with more.
So we're here with Jen, who's been coming to this amazing event since you were a little girl. So tell us about the nostalgia of being here as an adult and kind of like how it's evolved.
Sure. So, yes, I've been coming since I was a kid. My grandparents actually lived right at the top of the hill. And then I moved into that house a few years ago. Now I bring my kids, and we've gotten involved. And my grandfather was involved with helping keeping the grounds. They had put him on the Hill of Fame. So when he had passed, I got involved, started with flower planting, and now I'm a full association member and work here for the weekend. So my kids come down. They love it. They love getting in the drivers' cars, talking to them. The drivers are always great, very family friendly.
And I mean, folks, you want to talk about a merch stand at a sporting event? Why worry about racing in the hill climb when you can just buy the trophy right here at the merch stand? I mean, look at this. It's like going to the Stanley Cup Finals and you can just buy the Stanley Cup. Don't worry about the practice, the competition, the training. Forget about it. It's right here.
This one thinks he's walking away with that trophy. So, Jen, like you said, this is a great place where everyone's super family friendly. The drivers are letting the kids get in the cars, take pictures with the cars. So tell us more about that.
Yes, everyone here is also always very friendly. The drivers love it. The kids love interacting. Families walk up and down right through the pits. You never meet someone who is not willing to make you feel like home here.
I love that this is an event that's free admission. You walk around, you meet the drivers, you see the cars, you get good food. I mean, what else can you ask for?
Right? You take a walk up the hill, too. It's nice, especially when you have good weather. A little bit of rain today, but...
And just how great the fundraising aspect is. We're just talking to some folks across the way here. They're fundraising for their project. Some places will have restrictions when it comes to, well, you can do this, you can't do that. Need a permit for this or need a permit for that. So it seems very relaxed and supportive here.
It is. I also run a nonprofit group here in town. We put on some events, and this is our biggest fundraiser of the year when we have our stand as well. So it's great.
Oh, the drivers are coming back. The motors are loud.
Yeah, and we were just talking, too, about how far some of these drivers come. We were talking about some drivers from Ireland. Is that the furthest, or over the years when you hear not just Carbon County, not just Pennsylvania, but does it still surprise you when you have people come up to your stand and they're from so far away?
Oh, absolutely. A lot of drivers I know that travel quite a distance. Of course, the cross-car drivers come from Ireland. One of their relatives came right from Ireland today just for this event. So, we hope that he's having a good time and enjoying it and comes back again.
So how does it feel having this event in a small town, small community where people are traveling from all over to come?
Oh, it's great. We like to bring, people to town. As I think someone mentioned before, we don't have a lot of business or things, and this is our biggest attraction of the year.
And obviously, it's been going on for a long time. There's so much history, and, I've covered events over the years. There's a lot of consistency to it. From your perspective, is there anything you'd like to see improve? Is there any way to grow something, or is it more of a, if it's not broke, don't fix it type of thing.
Oh, no, absolutely. I think as the years go on and all sorts of changes can happen to improve things all the time. Like even having you guys here today, having the screen. The screen is great down here, especially for us. We don't get to see the action when we're working here, so we get to watch it now and still, work our weekends. So.
It's our first time here, and I was going to say the screen is amazing because I've been getting to watch too. And remember, if you didn't make it today, there's always time to make it tomorrow. And if you didn't make it this year, make sure you make it next year for the 65th year big anniversary. Anything you want to tell anybody?
Oh, come check out the T-shirts, right? And come buy one.
All right, so check out the T-shirts when you come. We're going to toss it back to the desk.
All right, Deanna and Tom, I'm going to go grab a T-shirt. Well, why not?
Yeah, me too.
Looks pretty sharp. Grab some food. And
So we're here in Pit Road. We are having a great time today. We're here with our new friend, George. George, 78-year-old race car driver, vet, retired, did IT. So tell us how racing kind of started for you.
My brother invited me to co-drive his car.
Oh.
And been doing it ever since.
So you were telling us earlier, why do you do it? Because you love it. So what started that passion? Once you got in the car, you were like, I have to do this?
Yes. Yes. I've been kind of a motorhead since I was in high school. And, raising a family, never had the opportunity. So empty nested. My brother said, you want to co-drive my RX-7? And I went, yeah, let me think about it. Yeah.
There was no thoughts, right?
Yeah, right.
And George, just a part of history, we were talking. George is a Reading native. So shout out to everybody out there watching in Reading. But just the history of these types of events. Of course, you have Duryea Hill Climb in Reading. And George, what does it mean to continue to carry on this history and tradition, not just here but around the region?
It's wonderful. It's good for the economy and everything else, and it has such history, like you said, and we fight to keep it going.
And again, too, as you mentioned, people in retirement, maybe they just kind of want to relax, just lay low, but just staying active. How important is it for you and maybe other people in your age group to be out and to stay involved and stay active in the community with events like this?
Yeah, I consider it important to myself. I'm just refused to be a couch potato. So.
You don't see yourself hanging it up anytime soon? Is this something, how long do you want to keep doing this?
As long as I'm able.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to toss it back to the desk, and then we'll have some more stories for you later. So we're over here with the spectators, checking out the cars, checking out this amazing Jumbotron behind us, which is so good for us to watch, for the spectators to watch, and the drivers were saying earlier that it's great for them to see their competitors and the following drivers.
And just, for what we're doing, it's like having a monitor right in front of us. It's fantastic. And the image, it's crystal clear that Jumbotron's giving off just a great spot for people to sit here and watch and get so many different angles, and our amazing videographers that are out along the racetrack getting these great images for us, and Bill right behind the camera here as well. So, yeah, beautiful picture on that Jumbotron.
So we want to check in with one of the families who has been enjoying the Jumbotron today and just the event period. So tell us, so this is your second time here and your first time here. So tell us about the experience.
I think it's amazing. I'm not a huge car person to begin with, but I think this is actually really cool to be here and experience this for the first time.
And your second time here, so tell us about that experience.
Well, the first time was quite a surprise, and really enjoyed it. And having the Jumbotron really enhances everything. You can see more from down here. You don't have to walk all the way up the hill. You can't.
Yeah, same thing. It's just fantastic if you think about everybody who can't make that hike up the hill. And key for the drivers, right? They're watching these guys run and drive. They may be learning track conditions. I think you guys nailed it this year. It's great.
So real quick, I just want to point out this logo on his T-shirt that you designed.
Yes. Yeah, I made the design for the wheel. I actually did that last year, and then this year I did the design for the back of the shirt as well.
That's so amazing. So being here your first time, you already kind of have a little bit in the game here.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and I mean, what would be your Yelp review for Weatherly if you were going to do that? How would you tell other people about it, or other friends of yours that have never been here to experience this?
Jerry?
You can answer it.
I think, the sport is fantastic. They've been running races like this for decades. And just to get the word out, keep it going, 10. I give it a 10.
Yeah, 10 as well.
As well, 10.
10 straight across the board. I love it.
Yeah, and I was just actually talking to my buddy, my new friend Primo here. His stepdad actually just sort of went off the track, but he's okay. Primo, tell us about what this experience has been like for you watching your stepdad here.
It's been exciting, and as you've seen that, it's been a little scary. But he went off track, but I expect him to be racing soon and get into more races and hill climbs like that.
Primo was telling me he's a shortstop. He bats cleanup, and he just made the All-Star team. And they're getting ready for their tournament this summer. Primo, you're into baseball, but seeing your stepdad do this, do you think you might want to get into racing too? That competitive spirit getting built up in you?
I tried racing. It's not really my thing. I think I'm just going to stick to baseball. It's just an exciting sport that I like to play, and I just like to play it more and more and more.
There you have it. So good luck to you, and good luck to your all-star team. Again, just things starting to wrap up here, but really wrapping up to be a beautiful day. Of course, started off with some rain, some of those showers, but absolutely gorgeous. The sun is shining here. And Dan, Chris, and Tom, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Tom and Deanna, fantastic work by the both of you.